Good morning, students. I hope by the grace of God you are all fine. Well, here comes another day for us to take our lesson. But before we go on with the lesson, I want us to recall ourselves of what we learned the other time. Okay, so we learned about how to plug in devices into computers. And some of these devices that we tried were pen drive, mouse, and keyboard. But we got to know that some of these devices were not responsive by the computer. But these devices, some of them too, were responsive. So, what could be the reason that some of the devices weren't responsive? And this brings us to another topic, which is file management. And under file management, we have drivers and hardware. So before this lesson will end, you should be able to explain the term device drivers. 2. State at least 2 uses of device drivers. 3. Define the term plug and play devices. 4. Demonstrate how to install, update, and delete a device driver. Right, so let's move on to our lesson for today, which is device drivers. So when we say device drivers, you can also call it hardware driver. It is a group of files that enable one or more hardware devices to communicate with the computer operating system. And these are some of the examples of the device drivers. We have the controller, we have the modem, we have network card, we have printer, scanner, sound card, tape drive, USB devices, etc. So what you see on the screen is images of device drivers. And these are the images of the drivers that we mentioned. So looking at this device, we have pen drive. You can see pen drive, you can see mouse, you can see system unit, and you can see keyboard and etc. They are many as seen on the screen. So we have types of device drivers, and there are 2 types of device drivers, which we have kernel mode and the user mode. So we are taking them one after the other. So we will start with the kernel mode, which this kernel mode device driver includes some generic hardware that loads with the operating system as part of the operating system. These are BIOS, and the full meaning of BIOS is basic input output system, motherboard, processor, and some other hardware which are part of kernel software. So let's move on to user mode device driver. And this user mode device driver is a driver manually installed by the user to ensure effective function of other hardware devices. For example, printers, scanners, plotters, etc. Somebody may ask, what are the purpose of device drivers? There are so many purposes of device drivers, but the main purpose is without the drivers, the computer will not be able to send and receive data correctly to hardware devices. So
we are moving on to plug and play devices. So with plug and play devices, let's see the definition. Plug and play devices is a catchy phrase used to describe devices that work with a computer system as soon as they are connected. The user does not have to manually install drivers for the device or even tell the computer that a new device has been added. So the computer automatically recognizes the device, loads new drivers for the hardware if needed, and begin to work with the newly connected device. Now, let's move on to how to install, update, uninstall, and delete drivers. So, let's take it one after the other. So, how to install or how to update. Well, the first step, you need to open the device manager. Before you need to open the device manager, you need to press the window key plus the X. So you press the window key, then you click on the X. There appears a drop down box which is like this on the screen. Then you select device manager. After selecting on device manager, there comes a different box or a dialog box. You see the list under it shows the types of drivers being installed. That is on the kernel mode. That is the drivers that came with the operating system. So when you want to update, you right click on one of the preferred drivers or the device type you want. That is, on this we clicked on microphone Realtek high definition audio. After right clicking, you see another drop menu will come. Then you select update driver. When you want to update, you can update automatically or you can update from your hard disk or any storage media in or on your computer. So to do that, clicking update driver opens the driver update wizard. The wizard lets you choose its searching automatically for an update driver, and you specify a driver file on your drive on hard disk. Search automatically won't take too long and can be done by clicking. So here is the interface. So if you click on update, you see it comes like this. If you have you don't have the driver on any storage media, you select the first one, that is search automatically for an update driver software. That is, it will search on the net. So if you don't have any internet access, it can't be done. And the next one is browse on or browse my computer for drive for driver software. You see, with that one, if you have the drivers on your machine or any storage media, you select, then you choose, then you start with the update. So let's move on to the other one. With the step 4, if you want to, you see this process is reoccurring or it loops. So if you want to do same to another thing, if you want to uninstall, you follow the same procedure. You also right click, then you go to uninstall. So clicking on uninstall will cause a warning pop up to appear. The up inform the pop-up informs you that this will uninstall the device from the system. There is also a checkbox that can be used to delete the driver software as well as Clicking on install will instruct you to remove the link between the driver and the device. So this is how it comes. You see, after right clicking and selecting uninstall, that is the message that comes or that pops up. It's warning that you are about to uninstall this device from your system. So if you want to uninstall, you see a button comes, delete the driver software for this device. As soon as you delete or as soon as you uninstall, it blocks or it cuts the links or the link between the driver and the device. So with this, let us take the following note. If you if you uninstall a driver that manage a core part of the computer, such as the CPU, you may end up crashing your computer or making it unusable. If you don't know exactly what the device is, you should not uninstall it. So that is the device that we should take note of. The next one is the process is used to the process is used for update, uninstall, delete, and install of drivers manually or search online. So that is all for today's lesson. You need to take the following notes. It is very useful and important, and it will help us. Now let's move on to some questions that you need to try. After that, you send the answers through our link. So with the first one, what are device drivers in computing? Are device drivers necessary? Explain if yes or no. Write 5 examples of hardware device driver. Thank you for today's lesson.